Ross took his Oak Park Northmen to the state title game a season ago. The Oak Park running game is always tough. Dan Moon runs it well and is a solid receiver out of the backfield. The Northmen always have a rugged fullback. This season, it's J.J. Morawski. This is BlueSprings coach Bob Beatty. Don't blame him if he is smiling. His BlueSprings Wildcats are #1 in the city. The run and shoot is blowing away the field this season. Quarterback Joe Kinder has thrown for almost 700 yards. His top target is Mark Lux. Lux has hauled in 3 touchdown passes this season. It's BlueSprings and Oak Park. The Oak Park Rowdies are ready. It'll all be next for you in the high school game of the week.
The kids wanted to win badly. They hadn't been winning. Some things gelled for us. And football during the 70s in that area was hot. You know, everybody was playing football. Big squads, big crowds on Friday night. Surround yourself with good coaches and kids that really want to play. That's what made that situation really neat.
And we talk about those experiences we had together still today. 20 years later, we're still talking about the times that we had over there.
Hi, my name is Kim Rode, and in 1996 I won an Olympic gold medal for shooting. It all began when I was a little girl and my mom and dad took me hunting. They not only helped me become a good shot, they taught me the most important lesson of all, how to hunt safely. Not everyone will grow up to be an Olympic champion, but everyone can learn to be a safe and ethical hunter.
Remember, hunting safety isn't inherited.
You have to teach it.
This message brought to you by K-State Research and Extension, 4-H, and the Kansas Department of Wildlife and Parks.
Wow, a Stihl chainsaw priced at just $169.95? That's right, here it is. The new Stihl 017 sale priced at just $169.95. It's built with the same features that have made Stihl chainsaws #1 worldwide, including Stihl's electronic ignition, anti-vibration system, and patented quick-stop chain brake. Perfect for homeowners, campers, hunters, or as a spare saw around the farm. It's a real Stihl, just $169.95. Now for a limited time at your nearby Stihl dealer. Look in the yellow pages under saws or call 1-800-GO-STIHL.
And welcome to North Kansas City District Stadium, everyone, for tonight's matchup between the #1 team in the city, BlueSprings, against the Oak Park Northmen. And hi again, everybody. Neil Harwell with you on the high school game of the week. #1 BlueSprings at 4-0 against Oak Park. They are 2-2 on the season. I'm joined by Pelham McDaniel. And Pelham, we've seen BlueSprings already. They are a solid football team.
BlueSprings has played solid football throughout their contest. They're 4-0 behind the running of Jamar Mosey. Coach Bob Beatty has to be ecstatic because they're controlling the ball.
And we'll watch for that big offensive show tonight from BlueSprings. But Will Shields, let's talk about Oak Park a little bit. They had a pretty good season in 1996.
Yes, they did. And Coach Keith Ross has been doing great things. They're 3-1, and they're hoping to try to get the offense and defensive line to hold that running game down to as little as they can tonight.
All right, #1 BlueSprings here in town against Oak Park on homecoming night for the Northmen. Back with a kickoff right after this.
Metro Sports presents the High School Roundup. Join hosts Brad Porter and Chad Harberts every Friday night for a wrap-up of all the area high school football action, complete with highlights, scores, and in-depth reports. There'll also be interviews and reports on all of the other high school sports going on throughout the week in the metro area. The High School Roundup every Friday night, only on Metro Sports.
This is the secret shopper reporting from Landmark Dodge. I've just discovered the lowest prices in the entire country on Mark III conversion vans. Only $15,988 delivered. Repeat, only $15,988 delivered. I've also uncovered the largest supply of program cars in the city, from sporty Neons to Chrysler LHS and Jeep Grand Cherokees, with prices like a '97 Intrepid for $13,988. The secret's out, so hurry to Landmark Dodge on the Miracle Mile, Nolan Road, Independence.
Hey campers, now is the time to buy a new RV. During I-35 RV's 97 closeout, take advantage of the fantastic savings on all the remaining 97 Coachman motorhomes, fifth wheels, travel trailers, and pop-up campers, plus a sneak peek at the new 98 Coachman models. Coachman, leader of the great outdoors. Get that new RV just in time for football tailgating during I-35 RV's 97 closeout sale, 1 mile south of Liberty off I-35 at exit 14. Look for the sign of the big Dalmatian dog at I-35 RV.
Welcome back to North Kansas City District Stadium. The Oak Park Northmen taking the field right here. They're 2-2 on the season, ready to do battle with one of their arch nemesis, Blue Springs, and the Wildcats are 4-0, and they are getting things pumped up on the far sideline as well. Many of their fans have made the way up from Blue Springs, and we are ready to play football here on homecoming night at Oak Park High School at North Kansas City Stadium. You know, guys, if we keep it up, we may catch everybody's homecoming from here on out.
I think we're supposed to. We're supposed to. They can have it on tape for the rest of their lives.
That's right. Now, we had Winnetonka last week and their impressive performance. And Oak Park has handed Winnetonka its only loss of the season earlier this year. As the faithful ready to go here at Oak Park High School. And to kick it off for Oak Park, that's Zach Ogilvie, and back deep for Blue Springs, Nate Butler in the center of the field. He's flanked by a couple of other players there.
Nice kick.
And it's kicked deep to the far sideline and out of bounds.
Over the fence.
Out of here. Gone.
It's gone.
Good depth, but far right.
Hey, tell me about the wind out there tonight, guys.
It's swirling. We had it in practice today, and you know, we were out there practicing our field goals out there. And the ball was, going, but it was like a balata ball,
He
Had
had
a
to
nice
kick it all the way to the right.
Yeah.
And it just curved left into it.
Dog leg left, Neil. What do you think?
So you pretty much just blame that on the wind. I just call that a slice. But we can blame that on the wind.
That's a win, buddy.
We got the good field position here for Blue Springs. They started at the 35-yard line. They do it in the run and shoot. And there's the quarterback, Joe Kinder. What an outstanding season he is having, piling up some impressive numbers on the year, almost 700 yards passing. He's just a junior, and he started the final 6 games of 1996 as a sophomore. Plenty of juniors on this Wildcat team. And quickly they give it to their main man, Mosey. Good night, right up the gut. He could go the distance. Have mercy on the opening play. Mosey for the touchdown.
Well, we talked earlier about how explosive they were. 65-yard run right there.
That was gorgeous. They opened up the middle, and it just, he was barely touched all the way through.
Yeah, it was a simple dive play was what it was. A simple dive play.
Had a great back block by the right guard.
I think he's over 1,000 yards now.
Yeah, he is, I think.
He's
well, that was a 65-yard run, so
yeah.
9-12 and 65. Not quite, but he's close.
Oh, 9-12?
And here's Brandon Lloyd on to try the extra point, but Jamar Mosey, we couldn't even talk about him yet, and he's obviously been one of the real stories for the Wildcats this season, coming in here with 912 yards, and he just ripped off 65, and Lloyd drills it through, and it's 7-0 Wildcats in a heartbeat.
All you can say is wow. Look at the eyes on him. He knows he's getting the ball. It's going to be a good night for him.
Over pursuit. And good night.
There he goes.
You better get it in it right now. That was yours.
Wow. Open field running, huh?
Well, you know what, you guys? We saw at the Blue Springs Rockhurst game that he'll hit the hole many times, pound him.
Look at this. Look at the wide angle right here. He gets the ball right around here, and you got over pursuit going this way. All he does is take the ball to the hole and cut it back. There's your pursuit too fast. Nobody else to help. And he's off to the races. You said he was almost untouched. You're right. Somebody touched his jersey.
Yeah, I think he sort of tripped into that one also.
Wow. That's one good way to start out a football game, I guess, when you're the opposition going into a homecoming game.
Well, we've seen him act like a battering ram. This is my point here a little bit ago, but we knew he had the good speed, and now we've seen that.
Wow.
So the complete back, just a junior. There's Keith Ross trying to figure out how his team's already behind 7-0.
Let's see if we can figure this out. He got the ball at 12 minutes in the beginning of the quarter. Took the handoff to the line of scrimmage, got to the end zone. 5 yards later, only 10 seconds went off the clock.
Not bad in pads and juking a few guys.
Is that pretty good?
That's pretty good.
Only 10 seconds went off on the clock. That's a maddenism. Did you see the clock? Clock went only 10 seconds. Only 10 seconds. He took the handoff and went through the line, got tripped up,
now,
and still.
Including the kickoff?
Yeah.
Here is Mike Cooper, the quarterback for Oak Park. He is only a sophomore, 5'10" and 170. They've split duties between quarterbacks. Jonathan McDermott, also one of the QBs, who's a junior. But tonight, Cooper getting the start. And here's a look at his offense. Give to the tailback that time is Moon, who pounds it forward, gets maybe a couple on the play. And Brett Jerome was in there on the stop, along with Sean Roderick. And Will, one thing, I've been watching these Oak Park offensive linemen over the years. They have been able to teach those linemen very well under Keith Ross. They always have a solid offensive front.
Well, actually, that'd be great so they can try to keep the ball moving. You know, if somebody gets on you real quick, you have to try to go back and answer for a score.
73 with Sean McIntyre. And now Oak Park with the football. As you look at the defensive setup for Blue Springs. On the rollout, Cooper letting it fly. Far sideline, caught over there. Couldn't keep his feet, though, or he might have had a touchdown. Jonathan Rhodes hauls it in, and that's a nice gain on second down for Oak Park.
That was a nice rollout. If you watch the middle of the field right there, they're going to have 3 guys covering the inside. And that's where they want to get the pressure, and they just roll outside of there, keep those guys bottled up and give enough time to throw it.
That was a nice throw. The Blue Springs was in a bear look. They had 3 guys inside, he had somebody on the edge, and he had 2 other guys on the strong side. Drop one of them, and then try to come off the backside.
Rhodes is a junior, has over 100 yards receiving this season. Pulled that one in for 30 yards, and Oak Park in business at the 47 of Blue Springs here early in this ball game. Pitch it back, Moon, nice cut, trying to get outside now, and he does it. Inside the 40 to the 38.
That's what we call a pitch whack play right there. You have a receiver come in motion, block the in-man line of scrimmage so there's no pursuit or nothing to slow the ball down, pitch the ball to the back and let him run in open field. Here's a look at the play right here. Here's the receiver come in right there.
There he is. It was a great kick-out block.
Nice run, nice run.
Dan Moon, 5'9", 179. He's a senior. Solid runner, also a good receiver, averaging about 20 yards a catch on the season as they'll mark or measure this to see if they got the first down. Our stat man, Jim Knops, pointing out that, in fact, he believes they do have it.
Murphy's Law.
And Knops, you might have to get those eyes adjusted. So last time I'm listening to you over there. So
you mean they take the
second down and the length of a haircut up here, I think. It's pretty short. So first down or second down there. There's Bob Beatty, coach of Blue Springs High School, 4-0 on the season in his first year. He's an assistant coach for 10 years at Blue Springs High School, so he was a member of the staff that won the state title in 1992, and he was formerly the offensive coordinator. And what an offense they have developed at Blue Springs over the years.
A lot of great players.
Oak Park moving it right now, second down and short. Give to the fullback, that's Morosky. And he's got the first down. He averages 5 yards a carry on the season.
You talk about Coach Beatty over there at Blue Springs. You know, he's been there for a long time, like you said, and he's built that offense. Like you said a couple weeks ago when they played Rockhurst, they know the ins and outs, they know how to adjust because they've been there for such a long period of time. And the young guys on the football team are learning all this different philosophy.
Well, yeah, he said, we actually have basically invented and developed this offense. Yeah, it's the run and shoot, but they've done so many things that have been specific to the Blue Springs program. But it's Oak Park with 1st and 10 right now at the 35-yard line. They are driving it. Give it off to Moon. Great hole up the gut. He's going down inside the 25 to the 22.
Well, if you look at the motion that they're doing, it's sort of like window dressing. They're bringing the motion across, letting the big guys sit there on their hands for a long time. And Pelham can tell you, if they make you sit there on your hands ready to go for a long period of time, you get a little tired.
You get tired, and you get anxious too. Here's a wide look at the play. It's just a lead play up the middle. And JJ just leads up in the hole and gives us back a little room to move left or right.
Tell you guys, I have not seen an Oak Park football team that hasn't been able to run the football over the years under Keith Ross. Always do an effective job. On the pass from Cooper, it's tipped. And it'll fall incomplete.
Paul Gilbert on the tip there. Got his hands up like he should on a quick 3-step.
Well, Paul Gilbert bench presses 320. got one of those meat hooks up there to knock this one down.
Well, he comes from a tackle position. You know, the B gap is what the quarterbacks usually throw over. That inside lane, inside the tackle and inside the guard. He works his lane and gets his hands up when the quarterback's hand comes off the ball. That's something I learned in practice, you know, right?
There you go. Keith Ross looking on. I said Paul Gilbert beat bench press is 320, number 62 that you saw out there. He's only 180.
Wow.
That he weighs, so that makes that a little more impressive. Oak Park with a second down on the incompletion. Give it to Moon again, same play as before. Touchdown. He's got the sideline, touchdown Northman.
They're just cutting the defense on the left side, just a straight lead up the middle.
They were in a bear look again. BlueSprings was in a bear look again, had the outside linebacker on the tight end, had a wide defensive lineman. They slammed out with the tight end, both the people on the outside, and gave him a lane to run through.
22 yards on the run by Moon. And the Northmen have got a little something for you here.
That was a great drive. That's what you have to come back and do with a team that's as explosive as BlueSprings.
And Zach Ogilvie on to try the extra point, and he's got it through there. And we are tied at 7, and we have barely played, well, we haven't even played 3 minutes here at North Kansas City Stadium.
Well, it's homecoming, don't forget. Is it a full moon out tonight, too? We've seen them all.
Can't even see the moon right now, though.
It might be full. Well, here's the play. You got a bear look. You have 3 linemen right here in the middle, 1 on the outside here. Then you have a backer. Then you have another lineman out there. What happens is a tight end over here takes 1, then takes 2, gives a lane, and there's Moon. He finds an open hole and makes a nice cut to the outside. Touchdown.
And that was actually a nice block at the end by Jonathan Rhodes.
There you go, right there.
Now, if you watch him here, they're going to split the crease, and this right here is the wide out coming in right there in your picture.
You know, another good block I saw, Will, was Morosky, the fullback that sprung him in there.
Led up in the hole.
That we talked about. There's your scoring drive. Very impressive. They get down the field 80 yards, 2.5 minutes. They got the yards in chunks all the way down the field. Capped off by Moon's touchdown. And now Oak Park to kick it off. Back deep, Nate Butler in the middle of the pack.
And offensive say we love chunks.
And that one is clobbered by Ogilvie.
First down on the 20.
You're right, Will. They needed to get that score coming back on that first play from scrimmage they gave up to Mosey. They needed to do something because, like we've seen in different games, if a team comes out early and scores, either you get the momentum back or you're going to pay for it by the time the clock goes off the end of the game.
Most definitely. And what it started off is with the bad kickoff. And it gave him 20 yards of field position to start off with at the beginning of the game.
There's the very talented offensive football team of BlueSprings. Barely had time to set that for you last time before Mosey went the distance, and here he is again on first down. He's got a first down out across the 35.
A little cutting and weaving in there.
That's about a 15-yard run of work there. A little bobbing and weaving on the inside of that hole.
Lewis Booz and Justin Rickliffs on the stop for Oak Park.
Looks like they're going no huddle. The red gun.
Inside toss, that is Lux that gets it on that little shuffle pass. He goes ahead for a couple of yards on first down. And he's tackled there by Lancaster. And also Jeremiah Caldwell, the defensive tackle, 5'7" and 308 for Oak Park.
Little misdirection play, but number 90 out there, Casey Vorklek, I can't pronounce his name, I'm sorry. He makes a good play by turning everything inside.
It's Vokalek. He did pretty well. And there's Mosey. Oak Park line stuffing him pretty hard that time. Up there among others, Jason Dawson from his linebacker position. And Jeremiah Caldwell. Guys, talk about him, 99. He's 5'7" and 308. Packing the meat right up there on the defensive line. That is a nose tackle for you.
Most definitely, especially when he weighs just as much as I do. Now,
how do you move that guy out of there? On the rollout, Kinder nearly sacked in the backfield, keeps his feet, finds his receiver, Mosey. Not a bad guy to dump it off to.
No, it's not.
Inside the 40, Oak Park before Jason Dawson runs him down.
That was just great hustle. He kept working it and working it and working it and found it back to the guy that maybe they should have just handed it off to in the first place.
Well, check him out, though. He has great awareness because he never crossed the line of scrimmage.
No, he didn't.
He's scrambling and he's running, looking for an open receiver because, you know, people are thinking that he's going to run down the field right now.
And if you look at the picture, they actually didn't catch offensive line. They actually went down and blocked for him before he actually threw the pass.
Right.
Because it actually turned into a screen.
Well, that's good because the offensive line went downfield either. They stayed where they belong.
Actually, one was.
One was?
Yeah.
Back to pass, Kinder over the middle, letting it fly. Wide open receiver, but in and out of his hands. Intended man there, Dan Blaine.
I think he was a little too wide open to catch the ball.
Oh, boy. He's going to come across the middle of your screen, about right there, and there's the ball.
And actually, I think he couldn't believe how open he was.
Inside the 40-yard line, ball is marked at about the 39. Inside handoff, Mosey. And again, Oak Park in there tough with the defense. Maybe got a yard or two on a play.
Booz on the stop there.
Booz is in there on the stop, 6 feet, 224.
Makes a nice play.
His defensive line position. So BlueSprings on the move once again. Scored on their first possession. Possession, I call that. It's a 65-yard run by Mosey. Inside handoff this time to the fullback on the run. That is number 47, John Folk for BlueSprings and Coach Bob Beatty. John Wagner in there from his linebacker position to stop the run that time. Pretty impressive linebackers for Oak Park. That's another position they seem to, Keith Ross seems to always have some great linebackers here at his school. Fourth.
And they're going for it.
On the rollout, Kinder. Oh, throws it too short for his intended receiver, Joe Cromley. And Oak Park takes over on downs.
Well, if you notice on that drive, they had two plays where one he just underthrew and the other one, the receiver, just missed the ball.
Well, he was wide open down there. He pumped it. He waited for a little while, but that one he threw in the ground.
Well, it looked like it got tipped. Because if you notice, it came out a lot higher than started swirling. Right there.
Yeah, he got a hand on it.
Who was it? Is that 73 Shane McIntyre that was in there? I couldn't tell. No, he plays on offense, flipping it over for defense as well. Here's Oak Park with a football after taking over on downs. Moon loses the handle on the football, still loose. And the Wildcats, I think, have it. But I don't know. Oak Park's sneaking up underneath. Well, BlueSprings does have it. They're still looking for the football. And holding it hostage over there is Ryan Harms. Pulled it right out of the pack, and BlueSprings has the football at about the 21 of Oak Park. Let's see who stripped it, guys.
Well, they're running the whack again right here. There's the block. And it looks like it's on John Garrison. I think it's on John Garrison. He strips the ball out.
Looked like Sean Roderick that might have got a hand on it, 38, Pelham. I don't know, then Ryan Harms just came free with it. At any rate, Keith Ross suffers the turnover with his team right there. Here's Mosey with some room, but dragging him down from behind. Lassoing him down there, John Wagner. Wagner, the senior for this Oak Park team. 6'1", 186. Sets up a 2nd down 4 on that gain by Jamar Mosey, who's already been a Metro Sports Connection Athlete of the Week. Could almost give it to him every week the way he's gone. There he is, dancing his way forward.
Boy. Oh, boy. You see that hole to the left?
To the left side.
Oh,
I think that one he just missed the hole.
I think he missed that right there. He tried to make a little bit too much happen. Over here on the left side of the screen, he's going to have a hole over there on this little delayed draw.
And look at this great block.
Look at this.
Keeps him there, and...
Oh, boy.
Sets up 3rd down and 2. Mosey again, the lone setback, gets the football, has some room on the left side, has a 1st down, and making the stop is Jason Dawson to keep him out of the end zone.
Well, Jason made a pretty good tackle, leg tackle there. We talked about before when you have a big back like Mosey, you got to tackle him to the legs. You can't try to hit him in the upper body. off. He's used to running through offensive lines and hitting the D-line like that. When you make a tackle, you better go for his legs.
And that was a great tackle in space.
Wow, 7 rushes, 95 yards.
The big one, the 65-yarder on the opening possession. And look at him bounce off people inside the 5. He's now over 1,000 yards on the season in this, the first quarter of his 5th game.
Well, it was good. He made it back to that hole that he missed the first time. Watch him right there. Even though he gets touched a little bit, he still makes it back to that crease that was open.
And there's our ankle tackle, leg tackle we keep talking about. A guy like that, he has a strong lower body. And we always say pull through, and I mean to pull through.
BlueSprings trying to cash in the turnover. Mark it at the 5, 2nd and goal. Here's Mosey, and he's down to the 1-yard line. Over there to make the stop, Morawski.
Making the tackle, J.J. Morawski.
They're just pounding the ball.
And Mosey has been one of those guys when they pound the ball that's picked up the touchdowns this season. And here he is again, and he's in the end zone for the touchdown for BlueSprings and for Jamar Mosey. I think that's his 9th touchdown of the season.
I think so. I think you're right.
Might be more than that. I'm trying to fumble through the
10th.
stats here. Maybe the 10th. I've lost control of my stats here, guys. Keith Ross right now trying to keep his Oak Park guys in the ball game. 14-7. Well, it's looking to be 14-7 if Lloyd can kick it through here. The turnover after they had held on downs for Oak Park, and it's booted right through there by Brandon Lloyd, and it's 14-7 BlueSprings.
Well, Brandon Lloyd almost put that ball up in the science department up there.
Oh, yes, he did.
He kicked a nice kick.
And Jamar Mosey and the Wildcats cash it in. Make it touchdown number 12 for Mosey. First quarter of his 5th game this season.
We're on the 1-yard line. He has a simple dive play. He just puts his shoulder pads down and runs behind him. The turnover that caused the touchdown that gave Mosey his 12th touchdown.
If you notice, he never put the ball away. He was still carrying it, in front of him. He never tucked it away. And then once you get into that situation, you got to fall on the ball. You can't try to pick it up and make something happen. Just follow it and keep your team having the ball.
And that was Sean Rogers that made that play to strip the ball out. And we know about turnovers. If you give the ball up, especially in plus territory, 3 points or 7 points is going to be the result. And I think Coach Ross is probably stressing the team, for us to win this game, we got to try to stop Mosey, and we got to control the ball.
Here's Moon on the low kick from Lloyd. Works his way out across the 20 to 24-yard line, and Oak Park will start right there with 4:16 left in the first quarter. Nate Butler, one of the guys that came down to make the stop, along with Nick Finnewald. There's the scoring drive after the turnover, and Coach Bob Beatty and the BlueSprings Wildcats on top, 14-7 right now. Come in here with a 4-0 record. And right now the defense trying to dig in and stop the Oak Park attack. They were able to do it with that turnover last time. This is Moon. Works his way forward on a gain of at least 5, maybe 6 on the play. Jeremy Kraft in there to stop from his linebacker position.
Well, Coach Ross is giving him a different little look every time. We're getting the motion over there on the wide side, and it makes the defense hesitate for a second. I think they're going to get that whack play again. Opens up the gut in the middle because everyone's looking outside.
What a successful job Keith Ross and his staff have done. Made it all the way to the state title game last season. I think it was Hazelwood Central they lost to 21-20. In the state final game, had the great quarterback Kyle Sharp, who started since he was a sophomore, and now it's Mike Cooper making the start, who is a sophomore for Oak Park. And that is Morawski ahead on 2nd down. Sean Roderick in for the stop for BlueSprings.
Is this what they call bearded football, Will? Or you just go ahead and put your hand on the ground and run?
Yeah, but he's trying to give it a different little face every time he does it. takes the guy in like he's going to crack, runs the belly, or runs. Takes the guy all the way across the formation to the end, runs the dive left or right, or gives it short to the fullback. As he's looking at it, he's trying to give the guys the same look up front, but then running different little plays off of it.
A little sugar and spice and all those little nice little things.
Just a little window dressing, make it look the same and yet it be different.
Yeah.
So just a little bit short of the first down again. And Oak Park will have it 3rd down 1. Cooper with the long count. And I think on the carry getting the ball that time was Jason Dawson.
I don't think they got the ball. There's the ball.
He's pretty close. He only had a little bit to go to get the first.
John Garrison in to make the stop. We saw what a fine player he is for Blue Springs, number 56. Had a great game against Rockhurst.
For another measurement.
And we'll have another measurement. And there is Jason Dawson, who's also a linebacker for Coach Ross on defense, getting the call this time as a fullback, and they've got the first down.
That's a heck of a combination, quarterback and linebacker. That is a combination. Another look at the play. It's a straight ahead dive, and he just stretches his body out right there, trying to make something happen. And he does. Gets a first down for his team. And say linebacker, quarterback. I'm used to seeing safety quarterback,
Wow. And actually last week we had a pretty tough little quarterback there.
Yeah, he was the strongest guy on the team. Grego from Hickman Mills.
That's right.
There's the out completed over there for another first down from Cooper to Matt Neal, the slot back, and Brandon Lloyd makes the stop. How about Cooper, the sophomore, the bullet to the
That was a nice
sideline.
pass when he was getting pressure in his face by Garrison. Watch Garrison come through here, and he just steps into the pass and takes it.
That was a nice touch throw. Tell you what, John Garrison is feeling his oats, boy. He went over the guard and got a hit on the quarterback. But you got to do that. You got to let him know you were there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Let him know you. That's why you touch him, like after he throws the ball, let him know that you're that close to him.
Let him know you were there.
Second man through, Moon with some room. He's into Blue Springs territory, close to another first down. And Oak Park blocking effectively up front. Jeremy Kraft made the stop.
I tell you what, I think he tripped on his own man or tripped on his own feet. He gets through this hole right here, and it's a seal, and they get down the field. But I think he trips on his own feet.
See, they're doing a lot.
They got his leg.
They're doing a lot of fold blocking in there. They're cutting the defense by bringing one guy down, bringing him around on the backer, and that's creating seams by cutting the defense.
Dan Moon, the leading rusher on the season, having a pretty good night tonight. Brett Jerome was the man that got the hand in there to trip him up for Blue Springs. Second down for Oak Park at the 47 of Blue Springs. Cooper to throw it again. With time, letting it fly near sideline, and just over the hands of the receiver, Matt Neal, who was down there with a little bit of room. Ben Pogue in the coverage.
I think he felt the backside pressure of Garrison coming down his throat, so it made him throw a little bit sooner than he wanted to throw it.
He was looking at the play. It's a little half roll dash type play. He sets up and lets the ball go.
And actually, it was sitting about perfect. Sort of went through his hands. I mean, it was a perfect little out route.
Hey, I'm looking at a sophomore out there. It's got a pretty nice arm and some nice touch.
A sophomore.
Third down and 4 for Oak Park. In motion, that is Rhodes. And now the give to Moon. He's got the first down. He's inside the 45 of the 43. And Oak Park keeps the drive alive with 1:18 to go, first quarter. Sean Roderick on the stop.
One thing he's doing is staying tight to his blockers. You see him fold right there, runs into his own blocker. And the only way that you can beat those fold blocks is by penetration. I mean, you have to get inside of there and try to blow the play up before they get a chance to block down on you.
Right.
First and 10, Northman on homecoming night here at North Kansas City Stadium for Oak Park.
Here's our motion again. What are we going to get, Will?
Dive in the middle, maybe.
Cooper to throw it. And a little mix-up on the route there.
Little mix-up.
And the intended receiver, Justin Rickliffs.
Looks like BlueSprings, they got all that little bear look out there because they kept getting caught up in it.
Yeah, they ran it a couple times the first drive, and it sort of burned them, so now they're staying, you know, more or less their base defense.
Yeah, their Bears got them caught in 2 good runs. That look like a whack, what we call it, a whack pitch.
Yeah, the whack pitch and the dive underneath.
Second down and 10, ball at the 44 of BlueSprings. Wildcats on top by a touchdown. Again, it's Rhodes in motion. Second man through, Moon, not this time. The Wildcats standing in there tough, all kinds of folks in there. I think the first guy to get there was Ryan Dyer, 99, but also Brandon Rogers was in there for BlueSprings.
Take a look at that defensive line. Standing them up, taking them down.
And actually, he ran into his own guy.
Well, he could have bounced it outside.
He could have bounced it outside. He would have had, you know, a lot more yards. But I like a guy that'll run it in between the tackles.
And I think Brandon Rogers might have even been the first guy that got there actually that time. Sets up a loss on the play. 3rd and 12 now. Cooper in trouble, and he's down way back at his 45-yard line. Garrison's back there, among others. And that'll bring up a 4th down for the Northmen.
Well, I think the fans wanted a little late hit there on 99 when he jumped over the top onto his head. I mean, that was a tough hit there when the guy is already down.
We've played 1 quarter here at North Kansas City Stadium, and the Wildcats lead it by 7.
Well, I don't think there's any question. Coach Purdy was a great leader. And the thing that was great about Coach Purdy is he let all of us as assistant coaches coach. We got to coach.
And probably we were successful because we were surrounded by a lot of good coaches. If I hadn't been there, they'd still be really good.
We were a very knowledgeable staff, willing to work. Dick had a way of pulling it all together. And so that was a great experience. We had a lot of fun together. We genuinely liked each other.
Join us this week for the Carlos Carson Show. If you come on out to Southtown Ford and see it live, you can sign up and have a chance to win 2 Super Bowl tickets, Carlos.
Wow, 2 Super Bowl tickets? Hey, you got to come out here, man, and take a look at the show. At least get in the drawing.
Come out to Southtown Ford, watch the Carlos Carson Show live, and register to win Super Bowl tickets.
Join us on the Carlos Carson Show, 7 o'clock live from Southtown Ford, Wednesday night.
Watch the Carlos Carson Show live at Southtown Ford and register to win Super Bowl tickets.
Donating plasma helps save lives. There's a critical need for safe and reliable products derived from human plasma in the practice of modern medicine throughout the world. Our commitment to quality makes Sention Bioservices the industry leader for safe and effective plasma protein therapies. The dedicated professionals working in their clean, state-of-the-art facility assure that all donors have a safe and pleasant visit. Call us at Sention Bioservices to get more information on how you can make a difference by becoming a donor.
Coach Ross will have to watch his team punt it away right now as we begin the 2nd quarter. BlueSprings on top 14-7. And back to kick it for Oak Park. That is Anthony Capora. It's Anthony Capora that's back there to kick it away. And he drills away a nice punt near sideline, gets a good roll inside the 20 for Oak Park, and stops at about the 15. And Nate Butler was the guy deep back there, just getting out of the way for BlueSprings. That's a 41-yarder delivered there by Capora.
Nice kick, nice decision by Butler. You know, we've seen all kinds of things happen in these games where the ball is mishandled or pops off their helmet. Smart play, smart play.
And if you're the defense of Oak Park and you watch Mosey coming back up on the field, who's already got 100 yards in the ball game. And you know, if I said that was touchdown number 12, I It was actually touchdown number 13 for Mosey this season.
We're going to get it right.
We're going to get it right here in a minute. Mosey with another good run.
We're going to have to find out if it's going to be 14 or 15 or whatever you're saying coming up, the way he's running right now.
Raines was in there on the stop for Oak Park. Again, another brilliant performance underway by Mosey tonight, and we are just underway in the second quarter, and he's got over 100 yards and 2 touchdowns. Come on with that. Gets the ball again. Mosey through the middle of the line, and he's out close to the 25-yard line on the carry, close to a first down. As Oak Park on defense, Jeremiah Caldwell standing in there tough on the defensive line.
They're just, you know, taking the ball at 7 yards and bending it back and find a hole to run in.
Yeah, they're getting them to move sideways. Yeah. You know, you have to trust his speed, and then they get them to over pursue, and they're actually bending it back, and you know, catching the backside pursuit guy one-on-one.
Flag on the play, and if this goes, come on, guys. Have to keep the bird under wraps.
Encroachment on the defense. First down.
Encroachment on the defense, so it's not against BlueSprings. Come on, guys. Let's be cool over there. Let's keep the bird up underneath.
The Falcon's up here.
That's right. Only bird in here is the Falcon. Back to pass. Kender throwing it up the sideline, looking for a speed guy over there, who's Keith Gray, the intended receiver. And Nathan Luskery back there in the coverage, number 6. And again, the no-huddle offense for BlueSprings. They just keep coming at you. 10:42 to play first half. There's Keith Gray, who's having another outstanding season for BlueSprings. As Coach Beatty and the staff at BlueSprings just keeps churning out those people that can fill the positions in the run and shoot. And running backs, Liddell Betts a season ago and now a junior. They'll be looking at Mosey again another season. And here he is loose again up the gut. Trying to run him down, they'll never do it. It'll be a touchdown for BlueSprings. Mosey goes 71.
Now that was great breakaway speed.
Yes, it was. And he's still running, I think. Is he running up to the sideline now?
Yes, I think so.
Okay, there he is. Wow. Hate to say it, I hate to jinx the guy, but you know, we may be looking at something here.
Tell you what, he's 6 feet, 195, and he's got the 4.4 type speed that you saw right there. Brandon Lloyd is on to try the extra point.
It's quiet up here.
BlueSprings drilling it through with Lloyd. It's 21-7. Looking again at Mr. Running Back in Kansas City this season.
There's an ISO on him.
Cut.
He makes a nice move off his blockers there, and he breaks up the gut then. Actually, and he pulls away from how many guys?
I don't think he was touched until this point right here.
He pulls through. There's the legs.
There they are.
The legs.
Ready
he pulled through.
The Pelham call.
And actually, if you look at him, it looks like he's just running.
There's another look right there. And a little trap play.
One smooth speed.
Yep. Little breakdown right there. Pull through, baby. Pull through, baby.
3 touchdowns tonight, 14 on the season.
We got some great camera work going on out there, all these different looks.
They are working that camera tonight.
Deep Row Clark, Bubba Rhodes, and Matt Neal.
And all you're seeing
is the back of his jersey.
That's it.
Pull those legs through.
71 yards, 21-7, BlueSprings on top. And Matt Neal will now be back along with Jonathan Rhodes to return the kick, but Mr. Mosey has got another night working. Almost 200 yards tonight, and we have 10.5 minutes to play in the first half. Lloyd kicks it off. Mr. Lloyd can kick the football. We have a couple of good kickers tonight in he and Ogilvy. And Oak Park will start at the 20.
Mr. Lloyd looks like Deion Sanders out there a little bit.
Remember the athletic ability he has, Pelham. He's also the state high jump champion. 6'8".
6'8". And he's how tall? 6 foot?
He's 6'1".
6'1". I remember him going to get a couple of guys on that Rockhurst team a couple times. Deep balls.
And he's another junior. I mean, I go through this lineup for Blue Springs. I see all these juniors, and you just go, man.
Wow.
Back here with more next season. And here's the sophomore leading the way for Oak Park, who's looked impressive tonight. Their quarterback, Mike Cooper. They now have their work cut out for them, trailing by 14. Cooper will run it himself. Nice job on the play to get out to the 29-yard line, just short of the first down marker.
Well, you can tell with their offensive line, they're keeping it tight in there to max protect. They only have one receiver out. It's like a flanker. Then they have another receiver way out, outside the numbers over there. They're going to have to toss the ball, but what they're doing is they're keeping everybody in to protect the quarterback. He's been shook up a couple times, I think.
Well, they know they're down by 14 points. Right now they're going to start bringing the house sooner or later. And all they can do is try to keep them healthy and protect them as much as they can, and hoping to get a couple of guys and make a couple big plays.
Second down, a long one for the Northmen. The give is to Morosky, and he drags people out to the 44-yard line and picks up the first down. Ryan Harms on the stop.
They run a nice quick trap in the middle, give it to the first guy through.
Let's go down to Liz Reese on homecoming night at Oak Park. Liz.
Hey, Neil. Hi, Pelham.
Hey.
It's crazy down here. You can certainly tell it's homecoming. I'm with Oak Park senior Steve Michaels in the Oak Park stands. It's homecoming night, and you guys have got to be excited. Why tonight's game so important?
Well, because it's homecoming night, and we're playing a big rival. We haven't beat them in a while, and we're really hoping to come back in the second half and just kick their butts.
All right. Did you have something to say to Pelham tonight?
Liz likes relish on her hot dogs.
Yeah. Got to reciprocate, guys. Hey, we got Will up here tonight too, Liz. So
she forgot about Will. You can't forget about Will.
Hey, I'm just a step friend. I know.
We need some dogs up in here.
She likes relish.
We ran the monitor out to the concession stand there, but they weren't giving us any freebies tonight, huh?
Where are we at? I'm looking. There we go.
On the move, Cooper. Little stiff arm there to the 45 of Blue Springs.
He tried to throw a little dead leg there.
He threw a little dead leg.
Brandon Lloyd over there to run him out.
Get the guard out in front a little bit.
Got the guard pulling. He got knocked down right there, but he came off that the tackle side.
That was Jason Rain, 64.
And you know, in watching that tackle, he does tackle a little bit like Deion Sanders too.
You see him? Did you see him, Brandon Lloyd?
Just sort of throw his body in front of him, no wrap up.
Brandon Lloyd has a lot of confidence, I'll tell you right now.
He's got a little flash to him.
He's got some confidence out there.
Number 1 for Blue Springs in his quarterback position.
Sweatbands on, a towel hanging down.
High jumping, kicking, doing everything.
He does
tackles.
it all.
And here's Morosky. This time, looks like no gain on the play. It was 3rd and short. Let's see where they mark it.
It looks a little short.
Brandon Rogers in there on the stop, number 12.
Close.
They try to run this off tackle a little bit with the guard folding outside. I don't think they got it.
It looks close.
They may have it by an inch.
If that.
Garrison in there as well on the stop for Blue Springs. Keith Ross has already seen the markers come out a number of times tonight, and his team has been short on every one of these occasions, and they are again. I imagine Oak Park will go for it here. They have the ball at the 46-yard line.
I would think so, Neil. I would think so. 21-7 right now in the second quarter. Less than a foot to go.
You know, guys, they've really had some nice success running the football tonight. It's just a couple big plays by Mosey in the turnover, and you're looking at 21-7 Blue Springs, but Oak Park has moved the football effectively tonight. On the quarterback sneak right behind the center, it's a first down.
A little window dressing. Make those big guys sit on their hands for as long as they can.
It's old court sneak there, right over his center.
Right over the center.
He puts his head down and just drives his legs also.
And blows 44 out of the hole.
Shane McIntyre, 73, the center, 5'10", 236, the senior. Moving him out for the sophomore. Coach Bob Beatty looking on, his team leading by 2 touchdowns, but Oak Park has something going here inside Blue Springs territory. Give again, Murawski turning up yards. Probably a gain of 3 on the play. It's to the 41-yard line. Bring up 2nd down, 7. John Garrison over there once again. Well, John's a basketball player. He's 6'6", 240, another junior.
I saw him when I walked in here. I'm like, hey, John, how you doing? Hey, what are you doing, Phil? I'm like, wow, you're a big kid.
6'6". So you got to figure he's going to throw some weight on that frame over the next couple of years.
Defensive lineman right there, defensive end.
Look out.
Nebraska. I can't mention that, can I?
No, you cannot.
Cooper with a bullet, knee level, incomplete, intended for Justin Rickliffs. Brandon.
Why does he have to play defense?
Oh, he's going to be. He looks. He's aggressive. He's fundamentally sound out there right now. He's got a big frame.
So far on 3rd down, Oak Park has been pretty successful 50% of the time. This time it's going to be 3rd and a little bit longer, though, than they've been accustomed to here tonight. 3rd down, 7 upcoming for the Northmen. 7:06 to play, first half. Blue Springs on top, 21-7. Oak Park finished 12-2 last season. Runner-up in the state title game. Little inside reverse. They had it set up, but a little confusion in the backfield. Looked like because of the penetration, fellas. Roderick was living in the backfield.
He made a great play. These guys are the fundamentals we talked about when they played Rockhurst for Blue Springs. It's been excellent. Your guys are making plays left and right.
See, the penetration sort of knocked the play backwards before it even got a chance to get started well.
Well, they ran an underneath play when they're getting penetration like they've been getting so far.
Anthony Kapora to kick it away. Nate Butler back deep for Blue Springs. Kapora stuck it inside the 20 last time. He does it again, and they take down Butler at the 13 or 14-yard line. Over there, Matt Neal to make the stop in the punt coverage.
That was a nice play by Butler for stopping the ball as it was going to roll down deeper into the territory and make him have to start from the closer inside of the 10 on the end zone.
Ball almost hits his own man out there.
Oh, yeah. But see, if you'd have let it keep rolling, it would have rolled maybe even down to the 5 or maybe even the 1 with the, with how fast it was rolling.
Well, the way Moses is running tonight, I don't really think it would matter. It's 5 more yards to get a hold of.
Well, I guess you'd say that Jamar Mosey is part of the offense tonight.
It's gone.
The fullback on the carry that time is John Folk. He's stopped by Jason Dawson.
90%. Maybe 89.2 now. 97%.
97%.
Wow.
205 yards the man's gained. Just under 6 minutes to play in the first half. Please. On the rollout, Kender over the middle has his receiver. It's caught there by 86 Dane, and he's run out of bounds after he's picked up a first down.
Well, I guess they got that connection thing working now because that was the same receiver that he had earlier, wide open down the middle, and just dropped the pass.
Well, you see what's happening. They're loosening him up now because they keep playing the run, All of a sudden, Mosey's not getting the ball. The fullback's not getting the ball. They're going to toss it out and make you play honest now.
Relax, relax.
It's Luskery making the stop over there, but not before the first down. Little misdirection in the backfield, and Folk gets it this time, ahead for 3 yards on the carry. In on the stop, Jason Dawson again. And also, I think, in on the play, Anthony Kapora. Blue Springs just keeps coming at you.
They're not letting you key on Mr. Mosey anymore.
Had the ball deep in their own territory. Now Mosey, as he has the sideline. Another big gain from Mosey inside the 30-yard line before Jonathan McDermott made the stop, but Mosey getting the yards tonight in huge chunks.
That was great blocking. Great blocking. If you look at here, they're going to capture the corner right here, and he doesn't even get touched until he's at least 10 to 15 yards down the field.
You have to appreciate that job, don't you, Will? As a lineman, those guys just caved in that whole left side. Again, the misdirection, and Folk on the carry, ahead for a couple of yards.
John Folk with the carry.
That last carry by Mosey was 31 yards.
And the tackle,
Dawson again on the stop for Oak Park, as Blue Springs driving it once again with 4:41 left first half. They're inside the 30 of Oak Park.
They know how to run this offense. You know, it's a complicated offense for anyone else looking on the outside, as we can see the teams that have played them. But these young guys are doing a very good job.
Mosey, huge hole that was closed up pretty quickly there by Kapora. But Mosey drug him ahead for about 8 or 9 on the play. And it is Kapora that finally brought him down. Pelham, watch these legs driving.
Yeah, he takes the ball. I mean, when he runs, he means it. Takes the ball here, gets through the hole. You said Kapora was there. Look at his legs. He's getting what he can.
2nd down 2 for Blue Springs. Or actually 3rd down 2. Let's make it 3. Underneath 4 minutes to play in the first half here on the high school game of the week. Mosey trying to get the corner again, and he does again. And he's to the 16-yard line, and he should have a first down, but I think we've got a flag on the play. Kapora again on the stop for Oak Park.
Now the discipline of this offense is, if you notice there, he called cadence underneath the center to pull him off sides and then called the play afterwards.
Referee Norm Brooks and his officials out there tonight. And they'll step this one off against Blue Springs. I think it was a clip they called, wasn't it?
I think so.
On the offense, 15-yard penalty, repeat 3rd down.
So instead of the first down, they back it up, and it's 3rd and 14 now. Mark it at the 32-yard line of Oak Park for Blue Springs. But again, this offense picks up yards in chunks. Run and shoot. Kinder has his receiver. I think it's Dane on the catch. Same play as they had a moment ago. He's got a first down.
It's a simple passing tree. I think we saw a lot of this when they played Rockhurst. They run the receivers down the field and have people cross so that the defenders don't know who to take.
Becomes almost like a triple stretch.
Exactly.
They have a high receiver, low receiver, and in between they have a hard time figuring out
who to take,
which one to cover.
Right.
On the draw, Mosey, not this time. Dawson in the backfield. Morosky was back there as well.
That's a little delayed draw is what it is. It's like the red gun, huh? Buffalo out here.
Yeah.
And tackled in the backfield. Morosky makes the stop that time for Oak Park, and it brings up a 3rd down, a loss of a couple, maybe 3 on the play.
You get a surge up front by the defensive line, but the pressure comes from the outside linebacker. Mosey on that kind of block needs to stay on a little bit longer. It doesn't matter where the quarterback's going, but if you're on your man, he'll make his move off of you.
Kinder intended for Bain again, and I'm going to go with Dan Bain. I've got his name listed as 3 different things: Blaine, Dane, and Bain. But I think it's Bain. So here's Dan. He was wide open. They just missed him this time.
Well, wouldn't you say that's a hard throw for a lefty to make?
Yeah.
I mean, going to his right would be hard enough, but then rolling to his left, trying to turn his body.
And to attempt a field goal,
it's pretty difficult for any quarterback trying to throw on the run. You know,
not being able to set up.
Not being able to set his feet.
Here's Brandon Lloyd on to try a field goal. We've seen that he has the leg. This is from 34. And please, that is clobbered right through the uprights. With authority, and now it's 24-7. Blue Springs on top.
The more you can do. The more you can do.
Most definitely.
We need to start counting the things he can't do. High jump state champion. He's a cornerback, kicker.
He's fast. I know he's fast.
Got some explosiveness. Got a little flash to him.
A little flair. Follow through with a little leg there, you know. He's putting all these balls in the end zone on the kickoffs.
Brandon Lloyd to kick off for Blue Springs.
Pumping it up a little bit.
Blue Springs on top, 24-7, 2:16 left first half, and Lloyd now to kick it off for the Wildcats. A couple guys back deep, Matt Neal, and also Jonathan Rhodes.
He has his socks pulled
down. How about
like
those socks? That's what I was going to say.
That's to Mark right there.
Is that it?
Yeah.
What do you call that? Got a name for it?
The Florida look.
The Florida look.
Florida look. Florida State.
All the guys from Florida State wear their socks like that. Called the Florida State spat.
I've seen some spat jobs out there tonight. Moon's got a pretty good looking one. There's your scoring drive. They take it 52 yards and 3:58. End it with the field goal by Brandon Lloyd. And Lloyd once again to kick it off for Blue Springs with 2:16 left in the first half.
In the end zone again with the holder.
And now Oak Park with the football. We talked about it, guys. They've moved the football pretty effectively tonight, but the turnover, and they were stopped here on third down and had to punt the football, and then Blue Springs just took it the distance last time. So Oak Park has been moving the ball okay on offense.
Yeah, we talked about before, they can run. They've been running the ball very effective. What's been happening, you know, the one turnover on the one play, bad field position, and not getting those third down conversions. They were 50%, then they lost the last one and had to punt the ball away. And they need to do something before the half.
Give it up the middle to the fullback Morosky. He's ahead for a couple on the play. Bring up second down and 8.
With the carry.
Get it going now, let's go!
Brett Jerome, one of the guys in there, along with John Folk for Blue Springs to make the stop. And the Blue Springs defense trying to do their job here tonight. Have caused the turnover and have been tough when they've needed it. Boy, Oak Park coming into this season, Keith Ross's teams over the last 3 years had won 29 games, average about 10 a season, 10 wins.
State championship last year.
Well, second in the state.
Or they went to the championship game.
That's right. Dawson on the carry this time, out to the 25-yard line, and Roderick makes the stop for Blue Springs, among others. Brett Jerome was in there.
Timeout, Blue Springs.
Timeout on.
I was going to say they lost a lot of seniors last year too, so you know
they lost a lot. They really did.
4 players injured early this year. As a matter of fact, last week, you know, a couple guys went out with broken ankles, and knee injury.
That's right. They lost 3 guys last week, and they came into the season with 4 returning starters on offense and 5 returning starters on defense. The Miami Dolphins this week. Ready to go to Miami tomorrow, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Going on down in there to Joe Robbie, pro player, whatever they're calling the stadium now. You got to pay a couple $1 million.
Oh.
Get that name changed. The Carlos Carson Show, we'll talk about the upcoming opponent every week. We talked with Brian Manning of the Miami Dolphins on the show, and also we had Pat Barnes on the show with Carlos last week, live from Southtown Ford. Come on out and register for a trip to the Super Bowl. That's not too bad. Stick around for the show.
I'll take the car. I'll take the car.
Hey, I'll take the Super Bowl. If you guys can just, maybe you'll just get one without registering. How about that?
I'll take the car.
You drive one of those expeditions, don't you?
I'll take another one, though. Come on.
Well, Carlos may have one now. Flag on the play on 3rd down and 5 upcoming.
Hey, way to be disciplined.
And this one going against defense.
Actually, you don't even know if they had a play actually called there. It's sort of like
Dead ball foul.
Tried to draw him offside.
On the defense, the yardage results in a first down.
So when it was 3rd and 5, they pick up the first down with the penalty. Brings it out to the 30-yard line. And Oak Park has it 1st and 10. 1:25 to work with. And the sophomore quarterback at the helm.
Well, it's time to go to the air. We already know that.
And normally you might be a little concerned if you're an Oak Park fan of the sophomore quarterback. But what we've seen out of this guy looks pretty solid. Dawson on the carry is roped and tied.
And taken down.
Dawson with the carry.
Paul Gilbert in there on the stop, the senior. 62. That's the guy that bench presses 320, and he weighs 180. Shows you he's got some strength.
Timeout, Blue Springs.
Blue Springs calls timeout with 1:10 left. Possibly thinking their defense can hold here and get the football back again, because that offense can strike from anywhere. We also want to remind you that Metro Sports Talk with Duke Fry can be seen every Monday through Friday at 6 o'clock, and the replay at 11. As Duke talks with some of the Kansas City sports celebrities around the area. Anybody who's anyone, I think, has appeared on Metro Sports Talk with Duke Fry.
Wow.
Have we had you on there, Will?
Anybody that is.
Have we had you on there yet?
Will's nobody.
Okay, then I can't make that statement.
I was like impressed. I was going to say thank you.
Hey, they've been dogging me since I've gotten here today, you know?
Hey, I ain't dogging you. No way, Will. That's why I asked if you'd been on there yet. I thought we'd had you on there. Blue Springs, not too bad in the total yardage department tonight. Most of those collected by Jamar Mosey.
Well, he had 2:05 to begin before his long run or something like that. No, I'm sorry. 2:05 after his long run.
Back to pass, Cooper. Rushes on, gets it away, but the pressure definitely affected him. Up the middle on that blitz, I think, is Gilbert. It is Gilbert that was in there to make the hit on Cooper.
This is one of the hardest situations for you to be in as an offensive line. Because if you look here, you know that these guys are going to have to pass to get back in the game.
Nice pressure up the middle, Will.
And the defensive line is pulling his best move that he's been dreaming about, his back pocket.
Oh, yeah.
And telling you, you know what, I think I'll pull this out for you right now.
Oh, I mean, you sell out. You sell out on plays like that.
And Morosky, the fullback, was helping out on the defensive end, and that left free Gilbert right up the middle. And on 3rd and 12, Oak Park with the football. And 1:06 left. Morosky makes a nice move and had a nice hole. Looking for people to hit out at the 48-yard line. Has the first down to keep the drive alive for the Northmen. Brandon Rogers made the stop in the secondary for Blue Springs.
If you notice, they've been putting a lot of guys in that sort of slow motion and then running the ball up the middle.
Pelham fullback made a little jab step here.
Oh, you know, he had to. He had to make a little step because he's going to have a quick hitting. It was like a little full center trap type of little funky little situation. And he took the defense out because in a situation when the men go in the half, you think you're going to throw the ball and put a guy in motion to make you think that. But they just went ahead and slashed him real quick.
Cooper had time that time, nearly intercepted on the near sideline. That's Ben Pogue. It almost pulled it in. As the pass a little too tall that time. Mike Cooper letting it fly up the sideline. Homecoming, upcoming at halftime.
You know, I think that's one thing that's sort of frustrating me. Even if the quarterback overthrows the receiver, you know, he stops and just stands there and watches the other guy intercept the ball. And you can go out there and knock the ball down or knock the guy down or something. You know, I think, you know, they should go and cover like we have to after they get the interception in the first place.
Time to turn into a defensive back at that point, huh?
Most definitely.
Or a linebacker.
Morosky lost a handle on the football, and Blue Springs may have it here. They do at the 46-yard line of Oak Park. Oh, man, that stops the drive in a hurry for the Northmen with 37 seconds left. Here comes the Wildcats offense back with another chance.
Well, actually, he runs into his own guys at the same time, right there,
yeah.
And he jars the ball loose before he actually gets to put it away well.
He ran into his own man, you're right.
And they've been doing that quite a bit tonight, you know, not knowing what's going to be there. They stay tight to their blocks, and then they break it open, and then they end up fumbling the ball.
And it might have been Joe Cheezick that pounced on the football for Blue Springs. And they're going right to the air for the jugular. Kinder saw his receiver covered, now lets it fly down the sideline, just throws it out of bounds.
For Mark Lux.
That was a nice scramble there. Get outside and trying to create something. And then smart by throwing it away.
Yeah. I'm really impressed with his awareness, though. He's running around, but he's not crossing the line of scrimmage, and he's picking and choosing what receivers to throw to. He could have thrown across the middle of the field and given the ball back or something like that, on an interception, but he chose to throw it on the sideline down there.
And again, Blue Springs has found another great quarterback to run this offense. And he's on the move, far sideline. Kinder letting it fly, but it's intercepted. Taken down by Justin Rickliffs.
The hardest thing to do is throw the ball while you're on the move.
I just made a statement about it, so I mean, that's what I was saying. He threw the ball in a situation where you're throwing the ball, and he's throwing it into traffic. Here's a fake. Nice play fake, but he's throwing it into like a lot of traffic out there, and it's a lob ball.
I think that's difficult, throwing it, being a left-handed guy. He should throw it rolling left than to the right.
You would think.
Yeah, I would hope so.
You would hope so.
I would hope so.
Looking for a reaction out of Coach Ross there. That's pretty typical. He doesn't let his emotions fly too much out there as far as if he's happy or sad or whatever. I've seen him get mad a couple times. Outstanding coach here at Oak Park High School. And Cooper coming over to talk it over with his head coach right now. And we want to remind everyone that every Friday night, normally when we have our high school game of the week live, the high school roundup will follow it immediately. Tonight our game is on tape. But we also show it on Saturdays at 10 a.m. after the high school game of the week. So if you're watching this game on Saturday morning, then we'll have the high school roundup immediately following. Brad Porter, Chad Harberts, Tony Washington. We talk about all the activities going on in high school sports around the area. That's the high school roundup on Metro Sports.
I think Coach Beatty wishes he had that ball back and just run the ball. Run the clock out, and with 19 seconds ago, not much you can do besides throw the kitchen sink down the field with him.
Well, let's see if Oak Park has something in their bag of tricks right now.
First look at the shotgun.
Back to pass Cooper, letting it fly far sideline. It's intercepted again. Blue Springs picking it off. That's Matt Marble that made the interception, and he takes it back to the 35.
He was tackled by
just trading punches back and forth.
And two things come into play. With 8 seconds left, you've got the potent Blue Springs offense, but you also have the kicker, Lloyd.
Lloyd, who is kicking the ball really well tonight. There's our Florida Sox.
Yeah, Marble's working the Florida Sox, too. 8 seconds left. Kinder fakes it to Mosey. On the run, dumps it off. And there's still time left. And a penalty flag thrown over there. Wagner, the linebacker, with
intentional grounding.
And it's intentional grounding, and that's critical, guys, because that takes them out of field goal range here.
Well, you never know.
Okay. This would be about a 70-yarder.
Oh, I have faith.
Okay.
I was about ready to set up for a screen or something and never got any protection.
And there is nobody over there.
It goes back to the first series before the turnovers, though. You should just run the ball and get in field goal range then, instead of tossing the ball down the field. And now they may not get anything at all.
4 seconds left. Give it to Mosey. That's not a bad option on the run. Good night. All the way to the 41, but time has run out.
Another flag.
And another flag on the play. It'll be on the offense, I think, as a hold, which means the half should be over.
Holding on the offense. It's declined.
And that is the end of the first half. And Blue Springs flexing its offensive muscle. They lead it 24-7 here at the end of one half. The Wildcats the #1 team in the city in our Metro Sports Connection poll, leading it over Oak Park 24-7. Jamar Mosey, a main part of that.
They say if you can do it, it ain't bragging. And when it comes to cars, there's nothing I can't do. I can make weak engines strong and old engines new. And getting 200,000 miles out of a car is chump change. So why do I do it? It's in my blood.
Parts America, the best auto parts store in America, guaranteed.
Watch Bricky the Destroyer and the Kansas City Wizards all season long. Major League Soccer. The stuff kicks.
Welcome back to North Kansas City District Stadium. Right now, the BlueSprings Wildcats leading at 24-7 at halftime as Oak Park prepares for the halftime festivities on homecoming night for the Northmen. But Pelham and Will, Jamar Mosey. Huh, Will?
I'm speechless.
See, Pelham and I already saw him, and we saw him pound against Rockers. We didn't really see the breakaway speed, but tonight we've seen it all.
I think he's going to have a lot of opportunities later on, but I think the coaches are so good, and the system that he's in is so good for him that he's going to develop even over the season. You know, he's going to become better the next year. That's a scary thing.
That's
think about it next year. Wow.
Jamie's activities while at
Homecoming night at Oak Park High School. We'll be back with more here at halftime on the Metro Sports High School Game of the Week right after this.
The kids wanted to win badly. They hadn't been winning. Some things gelled for us. And football during the 70s in that area was hot. You know, everybody was playing football. Big squads, big crowds on Friday night. Surround yourself with good coaches and kids that really want to play. That's what made that situation really neat.
And we talk about those experiences we had together still today. 20 years later, we're still talking about the times that we had over there.
Country Club Plaza and Hawthorne Plaza.
How to buy a minivan. Step 1. Pick the safest minivan there is. Ford Windstar. Step 2. Wait for the inventory closeout sale. That's when your local Ford dealer will want to clear the inventory to make room for the next shipment. Inventory closeout is the time to get the best values on Ford Windstar. Like $1,500 cash back on the only minivan to get a perfect 5-star safety rating from the government. Step 3. Hurry into your local Ford dealer today for the inventory closeout sale. Going on now.
Welcome back to North Kansas City District Stadium. BlueSprings on top at halftime 24-7. Again, it's homecoming night at Oak Park High School. And we're just going to let you enjoy some of the sights and sounds of homecoming here tonight at Oak Park High School.
I think we're becoming part of homecoming Metro Sports.
We are.
And laughing with my friends.
Don't be surprised if we do proms this year.
Can you DJ?
I can scratch a little bit.
Join the FBI or Secret Service.
How about that? Talk about seeing your name in lights. How about your own banner? With Don Cornelius glitter all over that. Soul Train ball. We'll be back at halftime right after this.
Soul Train. Metro Sports presents the High School Roundup. Join hosts Brad Porter and Chad Harberts every Friday night for a wrap-up of all the area high school football action, complete with highlights, scores, and in-depth reports. There'll also be interviews and reports on all of the other high school sports going on throughout the week in the metro area. The High School Roundup every Friday night, only on Metro Sports.
For an instant dream come true, listen close, here's something new. Scratchers, set for life. 3 different games to play, 12 chances to win, hey, hey. Scratchers, set for life. $1,000 a week for 20 years. 3 bucks is all it takes. Play now, don't hesitate. The Missouri Lottery game with the unforgettable name. Scratchers, set for life.
Hi, I'm Bob with Able Auto Service. I'd like to introduce you to our wholesale radiator program. We've got top quality radiators, AC condensers, heater cores, and American-made gas tanks. Somebody knows us. Call us and compare. We're Able Auto Service, 321-1030. We're Able.
Able Auto Service. Call 321-1030.
By her father, Ed Pfeiffer.
Well, welcome back to homecoming. I'm with Neil.
I guess so.
Will, and I'm Pelham. Boy, I tell you.
You ready to do some highlights, Pelham?
I guess so. We can get going.
Pretty close.
Let's get them queued up in the truck. The score is 24-7. BlueSprings on top at halftime here on homecoming night for Oak Park High School. But I tell you what, it's been the Jamar Mosey show here this evening.
And he's a good showman, I'd say. First play, 65-yard run, and he scores a touchdown. And we were going into the game thinking, oh my God, what is he going to do tonight? You know, he's leading the league right now. He's #1, I guess the #1 back in the area, and he's doing wonderful already.
And that one got everybody's heart started. Clear!
And then they come back and they score back-to-back touchdowns. They sort of trade touchdowns back and forth.
Yeah, Moon answered with a 22-yard run right off the tackle.
I think it's going to be a great game so far. And then there's some Mo Mosey.
Some Mo Mosey. A nice little 1-yard slash for the touchdown. And here's the big one. Here's where he showed us all that he had some open field speed. He breaks out, makes one guy dive and miss, has 3 defenders on him, and he pulls through, and we have a touchdown.
And what is that, Will? That's Mo Mosey.
That's Mo
Money.
That's right. And speaking of Mosey, tonight he has 249 yards.
So far.
The team itself only has 289 yards, so he accounts for 249 yards of the total offense.
And there's your winner, the homecoming queen tonight. We will try to pass her name along to you when we can get that.
We missed it with all the banners going around.
But a nice evening for Oak Park on homecoming night. We'll take another break, be back with more here at halftime right after this.
I don't think there's any question. Coach Purdy was a great leader. And the thing that was great about Coach Purdy is he let all of us as assistant coaches coach. We got to coach.
And probably we were successful because we were surrounded by a lot of good coaches. If I hadn't been there, they'd still be really good.
We were a very knowledgeable staff, willing to work. Dick had a way of pulling it all together, and so that was a great experience. We had a lot of fun together. We genuinely liked each other.
Wow, a steel chainsaw priced at just $169.95? That's right, here it is. The new Steel 017 sale priced at just $169.95. It's built with the same features that have made Steel chainsaws #1 worldwide, including Steel's electronic ignition, and vibration system, and patented quick-stop chain brake. Perfect for homeowners, campers, hunters, or as a spare saw around the farm. It's a real Steel, just $169.95. Now for a limited time at your nearby Steel dealer. Look in the yellow pages under saws or call 1-800-GO-STEEL.
This is the secret shopper reporting from Landmark Dodge. I've just discovered the lowest prices in the entire country on Mark III conversion vans, only $15,988 delivered. Repeat, only $15,988 delivered. I've also uncovered the largest supply of program cars in the city, from sporty Neons to Chrysler LHS and Jeep Grand Cherokees, with prices like a 97 Intrepid for $13,988. The secret's out, so hurry to Landmark Dodge on the Miracle Mile, Nolan Road, Independence.
North Kansas City District Stadium, home field for Oak Park. Right now they trail at 24-7 at halftime. As the band plays on, we will look at the halftime stats.
You can look over here. I'd say the biggest thing going right now is the turnovers right now. Can't even tell. My finger's broken.
That's
okay?
a cruddy stick, man.
The 3 turnovers is a lot to say right now for the simple fact that the first one was down in plus territory, and then the interceptions toward the end. They're working at it, but they have to keep the ball on the ground and keep control of it. BlueSprings going to pull away if they don't do something in the second half.
Will, another one. How about those rushing yards?
That's going to be a big difference. I mean, there's one guy that has all the rushing yards for one team and another team that's grinding away, and they're making them work the length of the field to actually get there, where one guy's taking big chunks and pieces and putting it together a lot easier than the other team. They're going to have to try to put good drives together and try to keep their offense off the field.
239, most all of that collected by Jamar Mosey, who's now well over 1,000 yards on the season as we played 4.5 games. BlueSprings has played 4.5 games. That's just an incredible stat. And we'll take another break here at North Kansas City Stadium. BlueSprings on top, 24-7. Back right after this.
Roughhousing. Mind your manners. Wait till your father gets home.
At halftime, BlueSprings leads at 24-7. And we have Liz Reese down on the field with our homecoming queen tonight. Liz, take it away.
Hey guys, congratulations. I'm with Oak Park homecoming queen Cassidy Carlson. Cassidy, congratulations.
Thank you.
What does tonight mean to you?
Oh, it's a very special evening for me. Today has just been a great day. We started off with a big assembly with the whole school. It got all of us candidates really fired up, and I'm just so thrilled to be named Oak Park's homecoming queen of the year.
Congratulations. Now, where are you planning to going to school next year?
I'm looking at TCU, Baylor, and MU. I'm looking into like law enforcement. I'd like to go into like FBI or Secret Service.
Very good. I noticed your father was with you this evening. Does that make it extra special?
Oh yeah, me and my father have a great relationship, and so this was just a special moment to go down the books. It was awesome.
All right, now tell me about this crazy Oak Park crowd. People have their faces painted. What's going on down here?
One thing I love about being a student at Oak Park is we have got great spirit. If you notice, we all wear a lot of the, it's a spirit thing to wear, like the white tank tops and the bandanas. We just have crazy spirit here, and I love it.
Very good. Thanks, Will, Pelham, and Neil. It's back to you. Cassie and I are signing off.
Thanks, Liz. Will, she remembered you up here now.
Whatever,
now, you gotta
man.
be nice. Will he was pouting up
Yeah.
here.
Whatever.
Too.
Whatever, man.
You know, Liz, she tends to forget about those who care about her, you know, those of us that sit up above her and tell her what's going on. And
now, she brought
it
you
might
a hot dog.
It might make us to change our
That's
mind.
right. She did bring me a hot dog one time.
That's
Okay,
right.
I owe her. Relish, slushy.
I thought we were going to get one of our Metro Sports Nerf footballs up here, man. They're very aerodynamically sound, and some people were winging them up here. I thought you were going to have to lean out and catch one time.
I wouldn't lean out there, buddy.
All right, I will.
There may be some.
I'll be happy to risk my life.
Some homecoming guy out there who wants that football more than you want.
That's right.
And that's one guy right there,
man,
that wants it more than you want.
He's over there on the edge over there by himself.
Jamar Mosey, well over 200 yards in the first half. Just tightening up, ready to go here in the second half. Blue Springs will kick it off. Brandon Lloyd will do that. He had a field goal in the first half to add to the point total for Blue Springs. See, now tell me about this Florida look again as we go down at the Sox. There they are.
Well, I guess it's sort of like
kind of saw him there.
Yeah, you see
there it
they
is.
folded back over.
Now you
the
gotta,
shoe.
you know what? You gotta really mess those socks up.
You really have to.
It actually has socks underneath it. That's so you can see the little Nike symbol on the side.
There you go.
Oh, he hasn't done it right. He's supposed to fold them under his shoe, though.
Yeah.
Huh?
He's close. He goes under your shoe.
Go under the shoe.
It becomes a sock back.
Oh, I got you. Where you poke holes in it where your cleats are supposed to be, or what?
Well, usually, I mean, there'll be holes in it.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
After you wear once, you know, they want new socks.
All right. Enough of the fashion statement tonight. Coach Ross and Mr. Cooper. We're going to hang with him a little bit.
Oh,
I knew it was coming.
So I've been hanging around with you guys too much.
Bada bing. Watch out.
Bob Beatty looking on his team 24-7 right now. Leading as we begin the second half. And Mike Cooper, the sophomore quarterback, taking over from another guy that was a 3-year starter we talked about a little bit ago, Kyle Sharp. What a great athlete he was here at Oak Park for his 3 seasons. And now Oak Park trying to get back in this one. And on the move with a nice cutback and still on his feet. That's Matt Neal all the way to the 50.
I think there are about 4 or 5 missed tackles on there for the simple fact that he kept his legs running. Everybody was running sideways.
Well, the thing was, is Blue Springs jumped back into that bear defense again.
Right.
With 44 over the nose.
He makes a Lloyd miss just by moving his feet.
Oh, most definitely. I mean, Lloyd's the type of guy, he's going to dive and things like that. You know, we saw that earlier where he's going to dive at your feet instead of trying to wrap you up.
Well, there's that
right
padded
there.
play they have. They pitch crack. He's running right through all the arm tackles. Nice run.
One guy away from pay dirt.
And again, it's Neal, another big hole to the 45 of Blue Springs. And Brandon Rogers on the stop for Blue Springs. That last run prior to this one was 27 yards by Matt Neal. Well, he played receiver most of the first half from the slot back position. Didn't get too many carries. I don't know if he carried at all. There's his number for the night, so he carried 1 time. But also caught a pass in the first half from the slot back position. Right now he's lining up at tailback.
And this is just what Oak Park needed to do in the second half. Control the ball on the ground and then get it into the air. Score some points.
Neal again, not this time. Maybe back to the line of scrimmage. Bring up a 3rd down 3.
Sometimes you just can't search for a hole. You have to make your own hole.
Yeah.
And right there was sort of a stack up. It could have went either way. You know, instead of him just go ahead and pounding it in there, he sort of stopped. And once he stopped his feet, it sort of made the power fall backwards.
Well, the power right there was at the point of attack. It was going backwards. So he had to make a decision to go left or right. And he just stayed on there. And, you know, everybody swarmed him. John Garrison was on the tackle in there.
He's having a pretty good game.
Yeah, he is.
Just underway here in the second half. Oak Park driving with it right out of the gate. Fake it this time. Quarterback Cooper follows right behind Neal into the hole, but I think he's short of the first down. Bring up a 4th and short. Paul Gilbert, one of the guys in there to make the stop for Blue Springs.
It's a long 1 yard.
Joe Chizik in there as well.
I think that was a botched play because he was looking for somebody to hand that ball off to.
Bob Beatty. His team 4-0 coming in here. His first season. All the years working with Wayne McGinnis and the staff at Blue Springs. Wayne McGinnis now taking that run and shoot off to Olathe South. Trying to bounce it outside was Neal, and he won't pick up the first down. Garrison led the charge.
John Garrison makes a nice play out there. He's a contained guy over there, contained in. He gets up the field and makes everything bounce, and this wraps up our running back there. He's right on the outside. He's the first one there. I'd be excited too.
Well, the whole
he has a reason to be pumped. He's playing a good game.
Whole Blue Springs crowd over there excited about the class of '99. They're going to have all these guys back next season. Garrison, another junior. Here's Mosey picking his way, coming near side, and he's got it down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line as he just adds to his totals tonight.
He shows extraordinary patience. I mean, he just sort of waits for his for his blocks to open up, and you know, he follows them nice, and then just sort of makes the cuts off of the other guys' blocks.
That was a 12-yard run that time. And really, Pelham, we've watched him in 2 games now because we did the Rockhurst game. We have seen him in every type of situation. Patience, like we just saw there. Right. We've seen the pounding when he had to get the tough yards inside. And tonight we've also seen the breakaway speed.
Right.
I'm trying to figure out what he doesn't have in his repertoire.
Well, one thing we haven't seen him do right now is catch a ball out of the backfield. We haven't seen him catch a pass yet.
Oh, actually, the little flare when it's scrambled.
Yeah, he did catch that. I'm talking about like a design play where he goes out, maybe a little flare pass like you're talking about, but up the field.
Yeah.
Start out and then go.
Well, I think they just like to use him since he's such a decoy.
Right.
You know, just sort of bring him in tight and let the other guys get their glory of making those big catches.
Folk had the carry last time. Mosey gets it this time. Again, some room. Shakes a tackler. Inside the 30-yard line to the 28. Another first down.
Well, that was your play again. The lineman pulled outside and they sealed off the corner and allowed him to have all the room he had because everything was going downhill.
And when you can seal the corner, it makes a big difference because that gives him the alley. You know, you're trying to get the alley. It's called the sidewalk is where the numbers are. And you're trying to get him that sidewalk just to go straight down. And you cut the defense, hold them off just enough to get him to get the speed around the corner.
Kapora finally made the stop. A 16-yard gain by Mosey. Here's Folk with a hole. And he's down at the 22-yard line. Morosky was in there on the stop for Oak Park. Dawson and Kapora in there as well.
And actually looking at it, you thought that they would have did this at the end of the half when they got the turnover.
Right.
Just sort of bang the ball down and see if they could get another score or kick a field goal.
And that's what I was saying, though. I mean, you got to the point where you put the ball up in the air, you made the interception. Why not run the ball when you guys are doing so well?
Mosey cuts it back against the grain, trying to get outside near sideline. And down to the 6-yard line.
Actually, he made two guys run into themselves.
Yeah, he did. You're
trying
talking about
to make a play. Oh, great patience.
I think the coach liking the Marcus Allen. Was this guy we liking the Marcus Allen?
Man,
there's a big hole right there. He cuts back across the field.
I think it was Jonathan Rhodes and can't find the other guy. But Jonathan Rhodes was one of the guys who made fall into one another.
Dead ball, personal foul, 1st and goal.
Then you add to it with the personal foul. That takes it inside the 5. 1st and goal now for the Wildcats. That was another 16-yard
rumble
chunk.
Rumble. He's rumbling.
Featured a little bit of his whole repertoire there. There he is, and his 4th touchdown of the night, and that was too easy.
That was like his 1-yard run, but he didn't have to dive on the ground. He didn't have to dive to get in the end zone.
Well, they sealed the backside, and that left a great cutback lane.
Does he run track?
I am not sure. I didn't see him run track last year that I can remember.
I'll tell you what.
We did a meet over there at Blue Springs. I remember Brandon Lloyd, and also who did the high jump, and I remember Cromley, one of the receivers, a great hurdler. I don't remember Jamar.
I'll tell you what, if he wants to be a great runner, run track. Work on that burst, that 10-yard burst.
Liddell Betts was the track runner they had last year.
Liddell was really
good. Ran 100 meters. Brandon Lloyd, one of those track guys, ready to try the extra point, the 6'8" high jumper, state champion. And the Blue Springs crowd right now is up 30-7. I mean, these numbers are getting mind-boggling for Mosey. 275 yards, 21 carries, 4 touchdowns. We have 7:08 left, third quarter.
Now, you said this field is known for setting records. J.J. Smith.
That's right.
Okay.
He had, now, see, I remember him having 5 touchdowns. This one's hooked no good, 30-7. Is the score Blue Springs. I remember 5 touchdowns, but the other day they told me, no, Neil, it was 6 touchdowns in that game. And he did it in every conceivable manner. He returned kicks, he caught a pass, he ran rushing attempts that he ran in the end zone, whole 9 yards. Blue Springs also had a guy, Eddie Brooks, I think.
I remember Eddie.
And he had 5 touchdowns against Blue Springs South a few years ago. And he's at Missouri, you're right.
He's at Missouri, yeah.
Cheerleaders.
Here's Mosey's 4th.
Second place, the Mythology Club.
Look at the cut. Simple cut. He just runs right to the end zone. I'll tell you what, I'll be pushing him to run track next year for this spring. Get lower body strength, a little bit more explosion.
Work for that first.
Awesome. He'll be awesome. I mean, he's a big back to be running like he does. Can you imagine if he was running track too? That open field, he'd break away from everybody in open field.
We know there's been a lot of talk this week and last week about Kimball Anders' offseason program. They've been talking about how he's gotten faster. Is that true?
Well, Kimball's, I mean, since I've been here, he's always run the same.
Just call him
getting better and better and better and better based on experience. He runs behind his pads like I've never seen anybody run like that behind his pads.
He's got that lean.
And it's so smooth. You know, it's like, it looks like he's not moving, and yet he's just, you know, it's just constant.
And that is Matt Neal coming ahead on the kick return team out across the 30-yard line to the 31. And Oak Park will start on offense with 7 to go in the third quarter. Nick Parker, one of the guys in on the stop for Blue Springs. Will, what do we do here if you're the Oak Park coaching staff? 30-7, you trail the #1 team in the city. 7, you got plenty of time left in the ball game.
Plenty of time. Do what you do best. Put a drive together like you did at the beginning of the game. Get some points on the board. Don't try to do anything that you out of your normal round and throw interceptions.
Looking for Matt Neal on the out pattern over there. A lot of pressure up the middle by Blue Springs.
I tell you, Joe Cheezick hit him pretty good.
Now this is again, Will, what you said you fear when you're down in a game like this.
Yeah, the guys are going to tee off on you. You know, they're going to have their best move and this, that, and the other. This is when your quarterback gets a little banged up. You know, it can make some great things happen, but if you just keep churning, you know, getting the points and things like that, because if you think about it, if you throw 3 incomplete passes, you got to punt it away, give their offense a chance to get back on the field and even put more points on the board.
There's our bear look again.
Cooper to throw it. The heat is on. He gets it away. Intercepted by Gilbert. Touchdown, Blue Springs.
Paul Gilbert's having a heck of a game, and I think that was probably an exclamation point on how well they're playing tonight with the defense.
They're playing really well.
17 yards on the touchdown. Were they trying to set up a screen?
They were just set up a screen, yeah. They had the guy open in the flat. He just didn't have enough time to get the ball to him. Now, when you're setting up on the screen, you want to take the guy to the side of the screen and set him back, and then you have to cut him. I hate to say that word, but you do.
Well,
and if you don't give him enough time to actually set up the screen, if you let him go straight through, the quarterback's not going to have enough time to set up and even get the ball off. So you have to hold him for a couple of seconds, then release him, and then you set the screen up.
We got pressured by John Garrison right there. John Garrison pressured him. He tossed the ball up, and he probably could have got the ball to the back, but he tossed the ball up in the air because he got hit.
Well, and then it looked like Chizik might have gotten a piece of the ball, and that's when it fell into Gilbert's hands, bounced up in the air. He reclaimed it, ran in for the touchdown.
Sign of frustration.
And that's a pretty tough situation for a sophomore quarterback to be in, with the #1 team in the city breathing down your neck.
We call those growing pains. You've been there, you've done that, you want to be on the other side of that bench.
Well, Paul Gilbert has the defensive lineman's dream.
Oh, yeah.
As he catches that pass, runs it on in. 36-7 is the score, as the point after was no good. BlueSprings leading it. Plenty of time left in this one.
Tonight's game will be one of the featured highlights on KCTV News 5 News Hawk football flights. So when you get home after the game, turn to News 5 for all of tonight's scores, highlights of this game, and much more.
Brandon Lloyd to kick it off. That's Rickless picking it up and only getting back out to the 10-yard line. Bringing him down is Matt Marble, and Oak Park will start at their own 10.
Having a rough night. Seems like everything that they're trying to get going just sort of backfires.
Well, they're playing against a team that has everything working for them right now. They have their confidence is there. They have their running game, their passing game is working. Their defense plays very hard. And now they're playing against a team that's backs against the wall, so they got to come out and do something. But it's a situation where it's a points game now, 36-7. And the only way you're going to get those points back is to try to get big chunks. You got to take a chance if you haven't established anything.
Oak Park football at their own 10. And movement on the line, and I think it was Oak Park that moved.
I'll tell you what.
Casey Volkovec, I think, is the one that moved.
I like that John Garrison.
He has a little attitude.
I like that John Garrison. He's a junior. I like that John Garrison.
Well, actually, it is Garrison that they call for.
Yeah.
Dead ball. Encroachment. Defense.
That sets up 1st and 5 for Oak Park, mark it at the 15-yard line. Scott Cooper bringing his team back up there. Does he have the plays taped to the arm there? And this is Murkowski.
They have quite a few of those plays where they bust it out like that, where they should have a chance to get in the open field.
Well, we talked about some of the injuries at the beginning of the ball game. Oak Park lost these 3 guys, I believe it was last week, and we have Liz Reese with the parent of one of those guys.
Thanks, Neil. I'm in the Oak Park stands with Sheila Gadd, mother of number 76, Chris Gadd. Sheila, it's been a tough game tonight for the Northmen. I understand the team has a lot of injured players this season. One of those players is your son. How did Chris get his injury?
In a tackle last Friday night at the Lee Summit game. It was in the 3rd quarter, and they had just made a touchdown.
What's the status of his injury, and is he coming back next season? Is he finishing up the remainder of the season?
Oh, we hope so. It's either his meniscus or he might have an ACL injury in his right knee.
But you expect to have him come back and finish up the end of the year?
He goes back to the doctor on Monday, so I'm sure the doctor will give him an okay after being off for a week.
Now, is he excited as being a senior about going back, looking at colleges? Is he thinking of going to school, and where is he looking at?
Well, he went to Nebraska football camp this summer, and he really would like to go to Nebraska.
Very good. Thank you so much for your time. Thanks, Neil. Back to you.
Okay, Liz, thanks a lot. And Chris Gadd, one of those guys that they'll miss. He's 6'1" and 260. That's a big guy to lose up there up the line. And there's a pass after the turnover. Out in the open, 24, Jesse Butcher from Kinder. In the coverage, Jonathan McDermott.
It must have been the lights.
No, it was actually the umpire back there got in his way. He's in the middle of the play back there.
Well, he's part of the field.
I know. Well, yeah, we've all heard that.
It's happened many times.
Let's go back and look at the turnover. They got BlueSprings the ball back.
JJ's running pretty. Yeah, JJ's running pretty hard, and we got a arm, I think, on the ball right through there. Yep. Somebody laying wood. Ryan Harms
and Marble. And Marble may have recovered it as well. Kinder, nearly a one-handed catch by Lux, leading receiver coming in here tonight. I think he's only had one catch tonight. He had 20 catches coming into the game this evening. Lux, the senior, 5'11", 160.
I think Coach over there, Coach Beatty's working on other parts of his offense right now while they have a chance. You know, any other team would have probably still run the ball, let the clock run down, and go ahead and let the score stand as it is.
Well, I think they were probably taking the starters out. Let the younger guys get a little seasoning.
Kinder, nobody really looking for that one. It was either Lux or Butcher. That was the intended receiver over there. There's one of the guys in the coverage, Jonathan Rhodes. Well, last week, Blue Springs beat Park Hill handily, and Oak Park lost a heartbreaking game. 17-16 was the score, I believe, at Lee Summit for their second loss of the season, and suffered those injuries in the ball game. One of those to Gadd. And now Blue Springs with it. Fake to Mosey. Kinder on the rollout. Caught by his receiver over there, Bain.
They've been connecting a little bit today.
That's our passing tree right there again. You see the mixed direction right there. It makes the defense just go the opposite way. You got your post up here that's running everybody up the field, so underneath everything's going to be open. Right there. The corners run off the field, so there's no help. The safety has to come over.
Kinder himself down inside the 10, taking some punishment at about the 7, and it's 1st and goal now. Or actually, I don't know if he got the first down. He's close. Right. Joey Vincent, among others, in there to make the stop. Joey, number 51.
He shouldn't be taking hits like this, you know.
Should be resting on the bench.
He should be on the bench. This is a starting quarterback getting kaflabic.
What is a kaflabic?
The definition for kaflabica is a hit that describes itself.
Oh.
You know, a hit that describes kaflabica.
Is that in the dictionary? Mosey looking for touchdown number 5.
Looks like we might have a hold.
And he's down at the 5-yard line, and a holding call. It'll go against Blue Springs. Nathan Luskery was over there to make the hit on Mosey.
86.
I guess at this point in time, if I were the head coach, I would be working other parts of my offense right now, working in some of the younger guys and get them to feel for the game.
There's the plans. That's the whole Blue Springs play, but I bet a lot of people would like to have a little look at that.
I think the biggest part of that recipe are the players on the sideline over there.
Yeah.
You can draw all the X's and O's up you want, but if you don't have the right players that fit in.
Holding. On the offense, 10-yard penalty, repeat, 2nd down.
Like I said, if you don't have the right players that fit in there, it won't work. And they've had these kids at Blue Springs, like any other program, out in the whole program since they're in grade school, you know, type situations.
And even when they split the school over there, Blue Springs South became a power as well.
Yep, went to the state championship game.
Both those teams ranked in our top 5. The Metro Sports Connection poll, and Nathan Folk was going backwards. John Folk was backpedaling, trying to keep his feet and bring that one in, but it falls incomplete, brings up a 2nd down.
Kinder, he tosses it up to him and
trips over
he gets a chance to get his feet.
Well, last week I was saying he might have been tripping over the grass because that was about 6 inches tall out here, the grass last week.
That was a rough.
But it looked like somebody came out here and mowed during the week and got a little bit faster track.
We were definitely in the rough.
A couple guys got lost in the grass last week. There's your numbers on the quarterback, Kinder, leading the attack tonight. He's thrown for 700 yards on the season now. And he is picked up and tossed backwards as he tries to roll out this time. Morosky, JJ, there to apply the hammer.
Well, I think that should be his last play of the game right there. He should be out of the game.
I think he's taking himself out of the game.
I think he should be out of the game right now.
He's walking with a little limp.
Let's listen in on this one and see if we can feel his pain.
Yeah. Yeah.
That'll loosen up a filling or two.
He never felt that coming.
As soon as he hit the sideline, he started taking his pads off.
Yeah.
32-yard field goal attempt. Brandon Lloyd. Right through there, complete with headbutt to his holder, Mark Lux. And are they looking at Kinder over there?
Yes, they are. They're looking at him over there right now.
Yeah, let's hope nothing's wrong with the collarbone there, the way he took that hit.
Well, he's taking those pads off. He knew something was wrong.
They shouldn't have been in the game. He should be out of the game by now.
Yeah, you guys called it. I mean, it was right before that play, I think you guys made that statement.
Ball? Right there. He got a rib shot is what happened. He got shoulder pads right in the rib.
Lower.
Then he got slammed and somebody finished him right there.
Is that what they teach y'all over there?
What?
How to finish him like that, you know?
No, they teach us a dip and strike. You know, get the most power out of your behind and your legs. And you don't try to hurt anybody like that. You just want to make a clean tackle.
Is Kevin Ross still hitting like that? I mean, I haven't seen him much in the game, but he got in last week.
Well, Kevin Ross hitting you anytime.
Man, I tell you.
Kevin ran down one time on I guess it was a kickoff return team. Peeled off of somebody and came back in. We get this Golden Glove award for knockouts. You know,
and he'd have a few of them over the years. I tell you.
Well, he took out of my locker. I had it for 2 weeks.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Go ahead, Pelham. Hurdling is Rickliffs on the kickoff return team. Yeah, Kevin Ross. If you guys could have seen him his first about 5 years when he first got here, he was an assassin. I'm telling you, what does he weigh, 180?
About 180.
Yeah, 5'8", 5'9", 180.
Well, there's some...
and then talking about some big backs that he would plant backwards.
Well, let's talk about some old D-backs, though. Fred Williamson.
Fred?
The Hammer.
The Hammer.
It's Kansas City?
Yep. I'll take Fred Ross. You got Fred Williamson there. I'll take Kevin Ross over any of them, though, on the hit.
On the hit? Tatum?
Tatum, I'll take Kevin Ross, man. I'm sorry. I watched him play too long. Tatum was a mean guy too. He was a mean guy. Garrison again in there on the stop. Been a pretty decent hitter tonight for Blue Springs. Oak Park now 2nd down and 5. Ball out to the 36.
He's got to have at least 10 tackles tonight the way he's been playing.
Easily.
He's been everywhere.
To add on to his 10 he already has for the season so far.
10, you mean sacks or
tackles?
Oh.
Here's Cooper with some time. Drilled it in there to Rickliffs, who made a nice move and got into Blue Springs territory at the 47. That was a bullet.
That was a pretty timing route.
Roderick made the stop. Nice turn up by Rickliffs. Sophomore to junior right here.
He hits, one hitch, and the ball is released.
Ooh, looked like he went on a knee.
His knee was down.
Oh.
They're letting him play, looks like now.
Playing a little semi-pro here.
2.5 to play, 3rd quarter. Cooper again to throw it. This is intercepted by Lloyd.
Oh my goodness.
He's got some speed over there, but he had one guy to beat Morosky, who had the angle on him at the 18.
Anybody who's ever watched Deion Sanders return a kickoff or a punt, I want you to look at Lloyd after the interception. Look how he carries the ball down the sideline. I really want you to look at this kid.
43 yards on the return.
Do you think he was worried about returning it for a touchdown?
No.
Or looking good?
I think he wanted to look good. He sets up right here. There's a pass.
Breaks on the ball.
Interception. Now look at him run. I wish we could get a side view of this. You can see that ball toting, boy, I tell you.
They'll have it for you. The Metro Sports crew will have that for you.
There he is. There he is.
Oh, come on.
Tote the ball, put the ball away and run. We all know you have speed. You look too good out there right now.
Then you get tattooed on top of that. Get embarrassed.
Just when you think maybe nobody's really watching you guys and paying attention out there on the field, you see the Deion Sanders imitation. That is right. There he is.
Contact with Shane McIntyre and Jason Dawson.
I tell you what, he's got confidence. He has a lot of confidence.
Let's go ahead and play it to the stands, fella.
You know, I noticed something. They don't ever take their helmets off over there. Blue Springs, they've never, since I've seen them play, they never take their helmets off.
We have a new quarterback in there now. It's Andy Mayfield. And some of the folks on the Oak Park sideline taking this one a little bit tough now. That's Moon. Haven't seen him here in the second half. From his running back
Dead ball.
position.
False start on the offense.